The Hypnic Jerk. You're falling asleep. Your body is heavy, your thoughts are dissolving, and you're maybe 30 seconds from being gone completely, and then you're falling. Off a curb, down a staircase, through the floor. Your whole body jolts like it touched a live wire. Your heart is pounding, and you're lying in the dark wondering what just happened. This is a hypnic jerk, and about 70% of people get them. Here's what's going on. As you drift off, your muscles power down all at once. Your breathing slows, your temperature drops, and your muscle tone goes slack. The leading theory is that your brain sometimes misreads that sudden, full-body relaxation as actual falling. And it responds the way millions of years of evolution trained it to respond when a primate falls. It fires every muscle you have, all at once to catch you. Hypnic jerks show up more often with caffeine, stress, late workouts, and sleep deprivation. And they're completely harmless. Your brain would simply rather wake you up 100 times for nothing than let you fall out of a tree once. Hypnagogia. You're drifting off. Not asleep yet, but not really awake either. And things start to appear. Faces you don't recognize. Fragments of conversations nobody is having. Geometric patterns folding into themselves. Your name called once clearly in an empty room. This is hypnagogia, the borderland between waking and sleep, and it's the closest most people ever come to hallucinating. It happens because your brain doesn't have an off switch. It has a dimmer. Different regions power down at different speeds, and that creates a window where the dream machinery is already running while the rational, reality-checking part of you is still half awake. Some very famous brains use this window on purpose. Salvador Dali would doze off holding a heavy key over a metal plate. The moment he crossed over, his hand relaxed, the key crashed down, and he woke up and painted whatever his half-dreaming mind had been generating. Thomas Edison ran the same trick with steel balls, so if you've ever heard someone call your name as you drifted off, nobody did. That was your brain warming up the projector before the movie starts. Exploding head syndrome. You're right on the edge of sleep, and then an explosion. A gunshot. A door slammed by a giant. A crash so loud you sit straight up and check the house. Nothing fell, nothing broke. Everyone else is asleep. The sound came from inside your head. This is exploding head syndrome. It's real, it's documented, and yes, that is its actual medical name. It sounds terrifying. It's harmless. As you fall asleep, your auditory system is supposed to power down quietly. Sometimes, instead of fading out, the auditory neurons fire all at once. One final, massive burst, and your brain interprets that burst as the loudest sound it can render. No pain, no damage, just noise and then confusion. It hits about 1 in 10 people at least once, usually during stretches of stress or broken sleep. So no, it wasn't a gunshot. Your brain just doesn't always turn off the lights gently. Some nights, it slams the door on the way out. Sleep paralysis. You wake up in the middle of the night, your eyes open, you can see your room, the ceiling, the door, the shape of your furniture, and you can't move. Not your arms, not your legs, not your mouth. There's a weight on your chest, and on a bad night, you'd swear something is in the room with you. Every culture in history has a name for this. In Newfoundland, it was the old hag. In Japan, kanashibari. Across the Middle East, it gets blamed on the jinn. Thousands of years, hundreds of cultures, same exact description. Here's what's actually happening. During REM sleep, your brain paralyzes your body so you don't act out your dreams. It's a safety feature. Sleep paralysis is that feature with a timing bug. Your consciousness boots up before your body gets unlocked. You're awake inside a body that still thinks it's dreaming, and the figures are leftover dream imagery bleeding into a room your eyes are genuinely seeing. If it ever happens to you, don't fight it everywhere at once. Put everything into one finger, one toe. Small muscles unlock first, and one small movement usually breaks the entire spell. The 3 a.m. wake up. Your eyes open in the dark. You check the time. It's 3-something in the morning. Again. Same window as last night. Enough nights like that, and it starts to feel deliberate, like something keeps choosing that exact hour. The internet calls it the witching hour. Your biology calls it Tuesday. You don't sleep in one long block. You sleep in cycles of roughly 90 minutes. And at the end of every cycle, you surface almost all the way to waking before diving back down. It happens all night. You just don't remember it. Go to bed around 11, and the math lands one of those surfacings right around 3. On a calm night, you cross that surface and sink back without a trace. On a stressed night, cortisol, your alertness hormone, which naturally starts rising in the early morning hours, grabs the microphone. Now you're not surfacing, you're awake. And your brain decides this is the perfect moment to review your finances, your relationships. Nothing is visiting you at 3 a.m. You visit 3 a.m. every single night of your life. You just usually don't remember checking in. Dream Incorporation. The alarm goes off, but inside your dream, it's a fire truck. Or your phone rings and dream you answers it and holds an entire conversation while the real phone keeps ringing on the nightstand. Your sleeping brain took a sound from the outside world and wrote it into the script in real time. This is dream incorporation. Your brain never fully stops monitoring the environment while you sleep. It can't afford to. It's still listening for threats. But waking up is expensive, so sometimes it tries the cheaper option first. Give the noise a role in the story. The alarm becomes a siren. Cold air from the window becomes snow. A full bladder becomes a dream where you're searching for a bathroom and, mercifully, never finding one. Researchers have tested this directly. Spray a light mist of water on a sleeping person. Dreams about rain, pools, and leaking roofs spike immediately. Your brain isn't ignoring your alarm. It's negotiating with it, buying you a few more minutes of sleep by hiring the noise as an actor. The false awakening. You wake up, you silence the alarm, stumble to the bathroom, brush your teeth, get dressed, and then you wake up. For real this time. In your bed, none of it happened, and now you have to do the whole morning again. And for a few seconds, you honestly can't be sure this round is real either. This is a false awakening. Your dreaming brain doing an impression of your ordinary life. So accurate it fools you completely. No flying, no monsters. Just your bedroom, rendered from memory, nearly pixel perfect. They cluster around mornings you're anxious about. A flight, an exam, a big meeting. Your brain is so locked onto the moment of waking that it starts rehearsing it, simulating it. Sometimes in loops, one nested inside the other, which raises a slightly uncomfortable question. If your brain can render your bedroom that convincingly while you're unconscious, how exactly do you know it isn't doing it right now? It probably isn't. Probably. Sleep inertia. The alarm wins. Your eyes open. You are technically conscious, and for the next 20 minutes, you are the least intelligent version of yourself that exists. You pour coffee into the wrong container. You read the same sentence 4 times. Someone asks you a simple question, and your brain returns an error message. This is sleep inertia, and it isn't tiredness, it's a boot sequence. Your brainstem flips to awake almost instantly, but your prefrontal cortex, the part that handles decisions, focus, and self-control, needs 20 to 30 minutes to come fully back online. Blood flow has to physically shift back into place, and until it does, you're running on partial power. Studies have measured it. In that window, your performance can be worse than if you were legally drunk. And it gets dramatically worse when the alarm catches you in deep sleep instead of light sleep. That's the difference between a slow morning and feeling like you got hit by a bus. So you're not lazy and you're not broken. For the first 20 minutes of every day, you're a computer that's still loading. Let yourself boot. Sleep onset amnesia. Here's an experiment you can run tonight. As you lie in bed, try to catch the exact moment you fall asleep. Pay close attention. Try to witness the crossing, the very last second of being awake. You won't. Nobody ever has. Your hippocampus, the part of your brain that records memories, clocks out a few minutes before the rest of you. Those final minutes are experienced, but never saved. The moment of falling asleep isn't hard to remember. It was never recorded in the first place. You've fallen asleep tens of thousands of times, and you have never once seen it happen. Try it tonight anyway. Best case, you prove decades of neuroscience wrong. Worst case, you fall asleep faster because nothing knocks you out like paying close attention to nothing. If your body pulled at least one of these moves this week, leave a thumbs up. But if you really want the user manual your body never came with, hit the subscribe button. That's exactly what this channel is. And comment the weirdest thing your body does at night. The best answers become the next episode.